Hello beautiful peoples, you are welcome to today's tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be learning how to cut a baby nest. So in cutting a baby nest, there are some accessories you will need. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe so that you can get notified each time we upload new videos. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this family. So let's get into the tutorial. First of all, there are the things you need is your fabric. You can use any cotton fabric of your choice, any design. You can also use an Ankara fabric. So when you get your fabric, you also need your tape, your chalk, your scissors, and your rulers if you have curved rulers. And you need your foam. You need your foam, and you also need your what do they always call it, fiber. You need your fiber or cotton, anyone that you are able to find depending on your location. These are the accessories that we need for this tutorial. So as you can see, you see that I fold my fabric into 4 pieces. 1 yard of fabric is enough. So if you have 1 yard of fabric and the second one, 1 yard of fabric into 2, that is 1 yard of fabric, 2 pieces of it, that is 2 yards. You need 2 yards, and 1 yard for the upper one and 1 yard for the down part. You can decide to use 1 yard of different fabrics, but I decided to use the same type of fabric for the two. So the up one and the down part, that is the one I'm using as lining, is same as the one I'm using as the main fabric, but you can decide to change yours. So as you can see, you see that the fabric, I folded it into 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 yard of fabric that I fold into 4 like this, and the second one. So I have 8 pieces, 8 folds here. So if after folding it this way, the next thing you do is to place the two on top of each other and align them together. After doing that, the next thing you will do is to measure. If your fabric is about 45 inches length, make sure to reduce the length to 40 inches. Don't use the 45 inches length, reduce the length to 40 inches before folding it to 4 pieces. Then after reducing the length to length 40, you fold your fabric by 4, and this part that doesn't have any opening will be the side that you start your measurements from. So let me place it this way. So as you can see, it is this part that doesn't have any opening, unlike this side that have opening. So you measure 17 inches. 17 inches. Just be marking it this way, 17 inches this way, 17 inches. And after marking it this way, 17 inches, you just connect. Come to this part here. So after marking it the 17 inches this way, after marking it that way, the next thing you do is to mark 8 inches upwards from this line, your starting line here. You mark 8 inches upward, and you mark 9 inches to this part that has one open. Then from this part that doesn't have any open, you mark about 11 inches to this part. You mark 11 inches. Then you come down to this place that you first of all mark it, and come by that same 11 inches and connect it. Then from this point here, you come this way. That is, this part that has no open, you come that way by 1 inch and curve it this way. Then after which you continue marking this 8 inches, mark 8 inches down. When you get to this point here that looks like 4 corner, you will not mark from this point, you mark from that curved part that you curved. So you mark 8 inches that place in that line too. You continue marking the 8 inches till you get to this top here, till you get to this top. You continue marking till you get to this top here. So after marking it this way, the next thing you do is to cut. That I finished cutting it. So after cutting it this way, what you mark these lines on each round. That is exactly what you mark here. You turn the fabric and mark the same thing on the other side, and you open it and mark the same thing, so that you can be able to get the 4 corner, the middle part of it that you're going to be inserting your foam. So remember I said I fold the lining and the main fabric together. So I will remove one first and continue with the other one later. So just like I've marked here, I will mark it here and mark here also, and I will turn the fabric this way. So from here to here is 9 inches. From here to here was the area we marked 9 inches, and from here to here is the area we marked 11 inches. So you come down from this 9 inches line, you come down by that same 11 inches and connect it this way. You also curve it the way you curved the other one, the other part. That means this part and this part are now aligned. Then you will now open your fabric to be 2. So you can see that on these other parts we have 2 lines that are meeting each other. So the same thing that we have here is what we're going to be marking on this side. So this time we are going to also refold it again into 2. So like we marked before, this is the area we marked 11 inches. That is this part that has only 2 open. So this part that doesn't have any open, we have 11 inches. Then this part that has no open, we have 9 inches downward. You also mark 11 inches to this part and connect your markings. So you see that we have that same mark here. We'll also mark the same thing on this other part. 9 inch, and we have 11 inches. So as you can see, you see that we now have the mark on the 4 parts. When you open it, it becomes 1. You now have the mark this way all around it. This is how it will be. Then on this part of it, you just sew, you place the 2 fabric together equal and sew this part this way. Sew it this way. I'll show you the sewing part so that it will be easier for you to sew when sewing. Then make sure to cut your foam to be this length. So when you are cutting your foam, you measure it. See that it's 22. It's 22. So when you are cutting your foam, you cut it 22 length, and the width you use 18 inches as the width. So I hope you understand. So it is just one piece of fabric like this, 1 yard. This is a yard. This is a yard of fabric. You just fold it into 2 this way and fold it into 2 again, which is making it 4. Which is making it 4. I really want you to understand this part. That is why I'm repeating it. That it will now become 4 pieces. Then you will now place it this way, so that this part that has no open, you can see that this side has opening. It has opening. It is this part that has no opening. You see that this upper part has only 1 open. Can you see? It has only 1 open, and on this side we have the whole 4 pieces, but here we have just 2. So when you are from this part that has only 1 open, you mark 9 inches downward. Then from this part that has no opening, you mark 11 inches to this part, to this way. So make sure you fold your fabric like this. Fold it into 4 and repeat the same thing on the lining. Though I cut my fabric, the lining and the fabric together, and I use the same cloth, the same fabric as the lining and the main material. So that is it. Let's get to the sewing part. So before you finally start sewing, before you start sewing, you will need to cut 2 inches cloth, piece of cloth that is about 2 inches. You can see this is 2 inches. Then you now fold it into 2 to now become 1 inch. So this one is the one that you use to hold the lining and the cloth together. So let's get to the sewing machine. Before I started sewing, I opened this part of 18 inches, that is the width. I opened the width so I'll be able to pull zip, and the length remains 22 inches, remember. So on the width of 18, I opened it, so I'll be starting zip now. So as you see that I use the zip, I put it under, that is the wrong side. I put it on the wrong side. You can see the zip on the wrong side. So after putting it on the wrong side this way, I fold the fabric like this, as if just fold a little fabric inside this way, and mash it all down. Make sure you align it very well before sewing it. Okay, so I decided to take the zip, right side facing each other, that is the right side of the fabric facing the right side of the zip, and I attach it this way and sew it on it. So you can see the way I will be doing it. So after sewing it this way to the end, you do the same thing to the down part. So you just turn your fabric like this, and the right side facing each other. You just continue your sewing, just the way you fix your normal zip on your dress. That is how you are going to be doing it, as if you are sewing an apron. Then after sewing it that way, the next thing you do is to top stitch. To top stitch on both sides. So you see the way I'll be doing it. Top stitch this way. So you can see how I'm top stitching it. This is how you top stitch the both sides. When you get to this extreme end this way, you also top stitch it. Make sure you make it very, very firm. So as you can see, you see that we'll be able to open it now and zip it back. So after inserting this zip this way, you will now take the lining or whichever you want to use. Like if you want the second piece and align it together with the first piece. This time you know that the first piece, the one that you start zip will now be longer, will now be shorter, and the one that will be on the down will be longer. So you try to align them. So when you are done aligning it, the next thing you do is to bring that long strip of fabric of 2 inches and place it this way. It is this one that you use to cover it. So as you see, we use right side facing each other this way. Let's just take it that way, and you start sewing it all round. So also remember to put the open that you used to insert the fiber. After opening it, you top stitch before continuing any other. Then, as you are top stitching, use your bias strip and pleat on it just the way you see me do. Just continue pleating till you get to the other extreme end that you ended your sewing. You can see the way I'm pleating the bias strip. So when you are done pleating, it will look this way. It will look like this. It will look this way. So you see, the next thing you do is to flip this one that you have, that is that 2 inches, flip it over and stitch it till you get to the other extreme. That is after top stitching it, you flip it over. That is what I mean. Then you sew it down. This is the area you will put in your rope that you use to draw it. So when you get to this part that you have open, you just stitch and end there. So this is the part you'll be inserting your rope that you use to draw it. So after making it this way, make sure to align your fabric and stitch this part that you shocked. That you shocked in the beginning. That is that your shock mark is. Just stitch it. So it's round. So this last part. So this is it after inserting the foam inside it. So the next thing you do is to hem it. To hem it at this space here. So it's this way. So it's this way. And close it before that opening that you opened before. That is what you'll be using to put the fiber. So let's put the fiber inside it. So this is the fiber where I'm inserting it now. I've been inserting it through that hole that we open. So let me continue inserting it. It will be filled. So, this is fiber. You can also use cotton. Continue putting it. So when you are done inserting the fiber on it, when you are done inserting it on it, you close this space that you opened. Do not close it. But before I close it, I'll see add little to it so that it will feel very well. So this is the end result. So you can see how inside looks like. This is the back side. You can also use this side as the front if you like. You can use any side as your front. So I inserted the rope on it. This is the rope. I inserted the rope on it and dragged it. So when it is, this is how it looks like after filling the fiber on it. This is how it looks like. It will just be like this. Then I inserted the rope on this part. I inserted the rope on this part, put the rope inside it and inserted it on it. And the next thing I did was just to drag the rope. And the more you are dragging it, you see that it will be presenting itself. So I just tied it so I can be able to complete the other side. So you can see how beautiful it looks. You can see how it looks like. It is very, very beautiful. You can make yours with this simple illustration I've given you. This is the zip side. And this is the foam. So zip it up. You can still use here as inside. Any side that you like, you can just use it. See that you can use any side. Very, very beautiful. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please also like and share this video so others can also benefit from it. So this is the end of this tutorial. Bye.